What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Varsity Overland channel. Today we're looking at a portable fire pit from a company called Adreak. I'm going to do an unboxing, I'm going to build it, and I'm going to light it up. Stay tuned. Alright, so let's take a look at everything that comes in the box before I assemble it, and it already looks like one of my big questions was answered, whether or not this would come with a bag. I'm not entirely sure how much is going to fit in this bag, because I think some of the panels on this fire pit are bigger than this, but we'll see. First item inside looks like possibly a grate to go on top of the fire pit. I'm guessing for cooking, maybe not. I'd probably end up using a different grate for cooking, so I'm not really sure. Then it looks like we just have the four sides. So we got one panel and another panel. I'm guessing two larger ones. And it looks like that's it. Something I'm already noticing is the coating on these things seems to be pretty durable. Definitely like a powder coated kind of material. Not the same as the grate. You can notice this one's got like a glossy finish on it. I'm not really sure how that's going to hold up with some wear and tear or some heating and cooling over time. This one's a little bit more of like a powdered matte, sort of more like a durable material. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't see any instructions, but construction's pretty self-explanatory. So let's put this thing together. All right, so from the looks of it, we've got a couple cuts on each side of the large panels and the small panels, and they only need to line up with one another. So these should slide into place fairly easily. Right. So building this was fairly quick, although I do admit I did have to cut away for a hot second because lining up those slots slightly more difficult than I had anticipated, and I was left fumbling around a little bit. But overall, I would still say that constructing this whole thing was less than 30 seconds. I love that it has the handles on the sides. Obviously, you want to pull on these side handles and not on the large panels handles, because that'll just pull the whole thing apart. So here's the interior. Seems to meet together pretty flush as well at the bottom. And now the only question is how exactly this fits. I see the lips on the side. So I'm guessing that is the preferred construction, so that these little pieces stop it from sliding off. So yeah, that's the whole thing right there. I think what I want to do next is take it right out to the edge of the property and light a fire. So I've been pleasantly surprised by this thing so far. It didn't take a whole lot to get it started. I was able to set it down right on top of the snow without clearing away much of anything. It doesn't even look like the snow beneath it is melting very much, which to me says something about the insulation ability of the metal that this fire pit is made of. And it's throwing off some really decent heat. Can't complain at the moment. Alright folks, so in concluding this video, I'm going to mention 2 positives and 2 negatives that I can tell about this product. The 2 positives being that if you are camping during the winter and there's snow on the ground, you could put your fire pit right over the snow. The other positive is you don't have to rely on previously made campfire rings when you arrive to a campsite. You can literally just put together the fire pit, place it down anywhere you want, and you're good to go. The 2 negatives I can tell so far are obviously the fire pit's going to get hot. So you've got to give it some time to cool before you can deconstruct it, put it back inside your rig, and take off. The other negative I can tell is if you have any leftovers inside the fire pit, you know, branches, sticks, ash, things like that, you've got to find a way to dispose of it before you can get the fire pit broken down as well. So it comes with some negatives as well as some positives. Overall, my general impression of this product is pretty good. You know, rating scale out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6 or a 7 just based on this morning's, you know, experience. Hopefully after a couple camping trips with it in the snow, maybe even in the spring or summer seasons, I'll be able to give it a more in-depth review. But thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you guys next time.